Hello, I'm Police Commissioner William Dwyer. Welcome to another season of Police Journal. This program will give you an inside look at the Warren Police Department and highlight other issues that impact our community. I always welcome your comments and suggestions. Please feel free to email me at wdwyer@warrenpd.org. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hello, I'm Police Commissioner Bill Dwyer. Welcome to another segment of Police Journal. My guest today is Lieutenant James Matheney. Lieutenant is in charge of our Planning and Research Division of the Warren Police Department. Lieutenant, welcome to Police Journal.
Thank you.
Today we're going to be talking to Lieutenant about crime trends that we're experiencing currently. We're going to be talking about community policing, and we're going to be talking about various police grants that the Lieutenant administers for the department. So with that, let me just start, Lieutenant, with maybe you could provide a little background on yourself. I know you've been with the Warren Police Department for 21 years. Your dad retired from the Warren Police Department, so you've kind of followed in his footsteps, which is really great. I know since I've been here, which is about 15 months, you've just done an outstanding job as far as in your area of expertise, the research and planning part of the department. But where else have you been in the department? And I know you have two boys, is that correct?
Yes, sir, I do. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my pride and joy are my two boys, Tyler and Austin. They're 19 and 15. I have been with the police department for 21 years. Started out in patrol just like everybody else. I did 10 years there. I was a field training officer when I was in patrol, helping the new guys come up, which is great. And we have a pretty good field training program.
Yes, we do.
So I was actually the first officer picked by the then commissioner for a gang squad back in '97. I worked in our Special Investigations Division as an undercover gang squad officer.
What do you see right now as far as gangs in the city of Warren? I think you did a good job back in the late '90s as far as, really kind of ridding the city, you might say, of gangs, especially those that are kind of organized type gangs.
Yes. Well, when we initiated the gang squad, I was tasked out to the FBI also.
Okay.
I was deputized through the FBI. And we had a gang problem, and we squelched that pretty good. Now, if you see graffiti, there's gangs. Whether or not they're organized is something you have to look into. And our Special Operations Unit now deals with, that's evolved from the gang squad. Our Special Operations Unit now deals with the gangs. And there's still some little pockets and some little areas, but I think we did an excellent job ridding the city of the organized gangs.
Very good.
After I was in Special Investigations Division, I promoted to corporal, and I worked in our Criminal Investigations Division as a detective. And then I was promoted to sergeant, and I took over our Family Investigations Division. I worked in there for about 4.5 years. I was promoted to lieutenant. For a short period of time, I was the executive lieutenant in charge of patrol, and then I was asked by the captain in administration to be the planning and research lieutenant. That's where I am now. I was also a member of our SRT team for about 1.5 years.
Very good. Well, you certainly have a well-rounded, experience with the department. I certainly appreciate all of your efforts, as I indicated earlier, since I've been the police commissioner in planning and research. But Lieutenant, if we could first let's talk about crime a little bit, because I know that's always on the minds of the public. I believe that an informed public is a safe public. An informed community is a safe community. And that's why when we do something in the police department, when we make a major arrest, when we make a drug raid, we want to inform the public of that. But certainly last year, 2008, compared to 2007, violent crime was decreased over 22% in Warren. Now that's huge, that's big. Now, you've been with the department for many years. Have you ever seen a decrease in violent crime at that percentage rate?
Since I became a supervisor and became more involved in noticing the crime trends and noticing the big picture as opposed to a patrol officer who sees the day-to-day activities, I don't think I've seen an increase or actually a decrease in crime like 22%. I don't think we've had that for as long as I can remember.
And again, I guess for the public, violent crime includes murder, rape, robbery, assaults, auto theft, and I believe arsons. Those are the main categories. And last year, in every one of those categories, we showed a decrease.
Yes.
And then if we switch gears a little bit and we look at what's happening in 2009, the first 5 months of this year compared to last year, we're down almost 10% in most categories in violent crimes. So that sends a real message out to the community that, you know, even though unfortunately recently we've experienced some homicides, I want to inform the public that those were not random homicides. Those were homicides, unfortunately, that we experienced, but those were between people that were either related or acquainted. And in all 4 of the homicides that we did experience, you know, the people that were responsible for those were arrested and are being prosecuted. But go ahead, Jim.
Well, as you said, sir, from 2008, 2007, 22%. And this year, and I look at the stats all the time, this year we are down from that 22% decrease, we're down 10% from there. So I'm not a statistician, but we're talking over 30% decrease in 2 years, which I think is an incredible decrease. And the homicides that you're talking about, as a police department, we can do a lot of things, and we are doing a lot of things. But those homicides, there's certain things you can't do. We can't be in everybody's household. Right. We can't be in everybody's store. We can't be in everybody's business. And I don't think people want us to be. So the homicides that we've just incurred, I don't think there's anything that we could have done to correct that. I can tell you, though, we've investigated those homicides, and we've done pretty good in apprehending the perpetrators.
Right. Yeah, Jim, I think we should give credit, first of all, to the men and women of the police department that are out there 24/7. You know, the officers that are in uniform on patrol. You know, the men and women that are working in our SID, Special Investigations Division, in our DB, in administration, wherever it's at, including civilians in the department. Everybody is doing a superb job. Along with that, I want to thank the community as far as for providing the information that we need in many cases to solve these crimes. I mean, you know, the community is working with us, I think, and you can probably address this better than myself because you've been here so long. I think they've been working with us more now than ever before.
Well, I've definitely noticed that that the cooperation between the community and the police department has definitely increased, and it's at a very good level right now. We get many concerned citizens calling about not just the major crimes, about any crime that we have, and the communication between the police department and the citizens is going very well right now.
Great.
Hopefully in part with some of the programs that we've done too.
Which we're going to get into.